Hello guys, mkoaje? I hope kila mtu ako poa. This is E.N.MACHARIA, and I want to take this opportunity to welcome you all in this channel. Tuzidi kuangalia mambo na examination yenye inakuja ya Kasneb. That is for April sitting. So nataka tu tuguzie some small revision. So kama wewe uko pale unafanya company law, this lesson is for you. So for anybody mwenye unajua anafanya company law, kindly invite him or her. Tutaangalia some few questions kuhusu various topics. That is starting today mpaka siku ya examination, that is on 22nd. So as always, mimi napenda my students to have a notebook and a pen. You can write something small yenye unaweza refer, unaweza jikumbusha, unaweza revise nayo. So have a notebook, have a pen. This is our first block lesson. So this is our block lesson 1. Na tutapatana sana hapa kwa sababu ya company law. So kama wewe ni mmoja wa wale wanafanya, let's have a date. Tukue tunapatana hapa same time, and najua at the end of it all utasaidika and you will pass. So I hope you have your pen and a notebook. We shall start with our topic 1 in company law, that is paper number 7, and that is on nature and classification of companies. So nature and classification of companies. Hapo ndio ninataka tuangalie maswali kadhaa, kwa sababu kitu cha kwanza, swali lolote ukiletewa pale na examiner, it's good kujua imetoka which topic, na kama utaweza pia in which subtopic, na itakuwa very easy kwako kukumbuka the answers or the explanations to the questions asked. So siku ya leo nataka tuangalie those questions that can be examined from the topic of nature and classification of companies. So we start by our question 1 that reads, discuss 3 advantages and 3 disadvantages of principle of legal personality. Discuss 3 advantages and disadvantages of principle of legal personality. So kitu cha kwanza lazima ujue, what is this legal personality? So if you are in that position yenye unaweza explain what is this, then you will be in a position also to derive the advantages from the explanation given. So kwanza soma swali na uelewe key things to note in that question. Jua the examiner anataka nini, and then you will be good to go. So I have an explanation here that may suit the explanation for legal personality, and this is my explanation. So you may have your own explanation, but they must be closely related. Maybe some words zikuwe hazifanani, but the meaning of the explanation must be the same. So what is this legal personality? The principle we are writing, the principle of legal personality is a legal concept that gives a company the same rights and duties as a human being. So this legal personality is a legal concept that gives a company the same rights and duties as a human being. This means a company can own property, enter into contracts, sue and be sued in its name. So kampuni inafanywa kama mtu binafsi. So inaweza nunua manyumba, inaweza nunua mashamba through its name, inaweza stakiwa kotini, pia inaweza sign contracts. So from this explanation, you can be able to derive the advantages and the disadvantages which the examiner asked. So advantages, we shall start with advantages. So advantage number 1 is limited liability. Limited liability. So this company will have limited liability. So shareholders are not personally liable for the debts and liabilities of the company. So itajisimamia yenyewe. Kama iko na madeni, hiyo madeni itachukuliwa kama ya kampuni, not the shareholders or the managers. Kama iko na liability, the same case. So this means that if the company goes bankrupt, the shareholders' personal assets are protected. So kama uko na personal belongings ama properties in that company, if the company becomes bankrupt, you are protected. So hautakuwa na ile kuruzi ya properties. So it has a limited liability to the shareholders. So that's one advantage to the shareholders, kwa sababu they won't lose. So number 2, continuity of existence. Continuity of existence. That is advantage number 2. A company is a separate legal entity from its owners and managers. So it's separate. Inajisimamia kivyake. This means that the company can continue to exist even its owners or managers change. So hakuna vile ati managers ama owners watafanya kampuni cease from its operation kama wamebadilishwa, not unless it's liquidated. A company can only cease if liquidated. So kama imemalizwa kabisa, haiwezi jisimamia tena, na iko na a process of that company to be liquidated. So advantage number 3, facilitation of business transaction. Another advantage, facilitation of business transaction. The principle of legal personality makes it easier for companies to enter into a contract and other business transactions. This is because a company are treated as separate legal entity, and contracts and transactions are not binding on their owners or managers. They are binding as the companies. So anything or any transaction conducted by this company, the company remains liable. So kama ile kampuni umeita jina fulani, uingie into contracts with that name, the company remains liable, not the owner. Hata ukienda kusue, if anything happens, you sue the company, not the owner or the managers. So if you are defrauded by the company, you will sue the companies. So it's good when entering to some contracts, understand kama ni kampuni mnaingia nayo nini into contract ama ni personal owner, differentiate the two. So disadvantages: 1, abuse of corporate form. Abuse of corporate form. So the principle of legal personality can be abused by a company to commit fraud or other wrongdoing, e.g. can be used to avoid paying taxes. So mtu anajifanya tu ni kampuni inaingia into contract, but ni yeye anatumia ile advantage. Anajificha na jina ya kampuni, but ni yeye ananufaika. So it's good to make sure that if it's the company, jua ni kampuni yenyewe inafanya contract. So ama ndio imeingia in contract with you. So complexity. The principle of legal personality can create complexity. So it's very complex too. It's very complex too in the legal system. 3, cost. The principle of legal personality can be costly for companies to maintain. So it's very costly for companies to maintain. So those are some of the advantages and the disadvantages of principle of legal personality. So when we meet next time, try to find answers for me on this question. Question number 2. A group of 4 graduates have decided to form a small business firm to deal in imports and export trade. You have been appointed as a member of the technical team to help in registering the firm as a limited liability company. Explain to the committee the following matters below. So, 1, the 5 legal characteristics of that entity that will be registered. The 5 legal characteristics of that entity that will be registered. 2, outline 5 instances under common law where the veil of incorporation may be lifted. Outline 5 instances under common law where the veil of incorporation may be lifted. So when we meet next time, nataka nipate ukiwa na hizo answers za hizo maswali. Go through that. Try to revise as much as possible. Utilize your time well. Make sure hakuna your minute inapotea, na ninajua at the end of it all wewe ndiwe utafaidika. Thank you very much.